Hello, hello, hello. This is DoctorBadvibes. Thanks for stopping by. Breaking news. I freaking like blue. I was just about to hit start and I realized like everything on here is blue. That wasn't planned. My favorite color. I hope it's yours too, because good God, that's a lot of blue. Even on my desk. I got a blue controller. I got a blue freaking drink. Got another blue drink. Okay, enough of the blue news. Let's get to the true news. Haha. Let's go down to our favorite land, the land of Florida, and talk about restaurants, because why not? Let's talk about the kind of thing that makes you rethink the all-you-can-eat buffet. How much is all? What does all encompass? Well, some news stations found out. So down in Central Florida, a TV station called Action 9 dug through thousands of state inspection reports. Must have been a slow news day. And found a handful of restaurants that just can't stay open. These places racked up so many high-priority violations, roaches, rodents, temperatures all wrong, that inspectors shut them down three or more times since 2023. 4 spots in particular: the Parched Oak, China Master, Breakfast Club, don't you forget about them, and Robinson's. Roaches crawling where they shouldn't, droppings where you don't want to think about it, and owners who swear it's all fixed now. But it keeps happening, like that uncle that promises to quit smoking after every cough. So let's just talk about some of these. They're all over the state. I'm not familiar with any of these, never eaten at them, thankfully. Start with the Parched Oak, a bar and grill kind of place. Inspectors hit it 7 times with temporary closure since 2023. Mid-October, they shut it down for the 6th time over time and temperature control issues, food sitting too warm, the kind that invites bacteria to the party. Then December rolls around, rodent droppings on a food table, more droppings, a live roach, boom, 7th closure. So the owner says she hasn't been involved for 2 years, but they've secured the kitchen and the management. Quote, everything's moving in the right direction. Sure. A day later, it passes inspection. A doctor from UCF's Hospitality College, that's a weird phrase I forgot that was in there. He explains it plain. Roaches and pests drop their business wherever, contaminating everything. Yeah, it's I don't think we'd have to go to college to know that. High priority stuff like that, immediate threat. Someone gets sick, but then they reopen. Let's move on to China Master. This one may take the cake. China Master in Daytona Beach. 10 closures since 2023. July, a live rodent running around, live roaches too. September, rodent droppings, nesting materials right there in the open. Action 9 couldn't even get a comment. By mid-October, it looks closed for good. Maybe it is, maybe not. Maybe spring break it'll come back. Hard to tell at these places. They pop back up like weeds in the yard that you forgot to mow. But don't you forget about the Breakfast Club. 3 closures at least. In May, roaches everywhere. October inspection, 28 violations total. A worker blames it on trucks and buses bringing in hitchhikers. The owner says small businesses like his get picked on by chains. Yeah, it's like they're bullying them with the roach. Record the truth, he tells the reporter. Truth is, they passed in October, but 28 violations. That doesn't sound like a very clean kitchen. That's a to-do list longer than a freaking CVS receipt. Next one up, Robinson's. 3 closures. Rodents in 2023. May 2024, 5 live roaches. Manager says they fixed the mistakes. October passed, no pests this time. We're doing our utmost. Good for them. So it's like saying the car's fine after 3 breakdowns. You still check the oil every time. I mean, maybe they did fix it. If nothing's there, maybe it's safe to eat, but you can tell me. I'm not going to test that. Florida's got a system for this. The Department of Business and Professional Regulation sends inspectors twice a year. More of complaints roll in. High priority violations, pests, temperatures, sewage. Hopefully not on the buffet. That gets you shut down fast. No letter grades like other states. No posting reports. Just a snapshot. One bad day and you're out. But these 4, not one bad day, a bad habit. And it's not just them. Action 9 found a dozen more with 3+ closures. Roaches love Florida's heat. Rodents too. So do roach and rodent people. I like it too. The beach is fun. Mix in humidity and you've got a petri dish. That is a good point. Like most states do use the letter system. And that reminds me, I don't remember what state it was. Somebody got a low letter grade, and you have to post those out in the open. I'm sure everybody's seen those at some point. But they used a clever use of signage to obscure the letter grade. It made it look like it was part of something else. I'll throw a photo up if I can find it. It was clever but gross. Anyways, let's fast forward a bit. November of this year, 2025, same area, the Taco China in Orlando. Popular spot for tacos. An inspector on October 28th finds about 130 live cockroaches. Most in the corner, molding by the 3-compartment sink, support bricks too. Like a roach convention in the walls, it got shut down. 2 days later, no roaches spotted. That was quick. They reopened, but then a closure sign covered by a metal garbage can. Oh, well, there we go. That's another clever hidden sign. So another follow-up was needed, because why follow rules when you can hide them? So let's move also nearby, the Cheek Hen restaurant. Closed October 27th for 7 dead roaches in a glue trap under the utility sink. Well, at least they caught them. They met the standards on October 29th. Quick fix or quick sweep. Probably a little bit of both. But let's not just pick on Orlando. Other parts of Florida. October 31st, a little more recent. 6 places shut down. One with brownish water, a pungent smell backing up the floor drain. We can only imagine what that might be. And these are just samplings. This isn't like one place. So there's another one. Heavy mold in the AC vents, ceiling tiles in the kitchen, grease buildup under the equipment, employee wiping food surfaces with a soiled towel, no glove change, no hand wash, mold and debris in the salt container on the scoop. Bagel boards caked, status. Most of these reopened. I mean, stuff happens. I get it. It's not like my kid. I'm not like I'm going to lick the floor of my kitchen at home. You know? But still, if you're a commercial place, keep it up. Moving on, let's pick on some more. The Grace of God restaurant. 11 roaches at the kitchen entrance. It's on employee medications. Does that mean the roaches were medicated, or they were just on the employee, like the Tylenol that they keep in first aid? I don't know. Personal cups and dry storage. They were inside a broken cooler on a bag of rice. 9 violations total. They reopened November 4th after basic fixes. Basics like not cooking the roaches. No roach fried rice, please. Anyways, I'm not trying to throw all these restaurants under the bus. I'm just it's just something I thought about. Like, I've seen things locally and it's just like, it's like, who checks on that? So in Florida, inspectors look for 3 tiers: basic, dirty floors, that kind of stuff, just cleanliness. Intermediate, some risk, and high priority, imminent sickness. Roaches count. Roaches definitely count, and their droppings too. Temperatures over 41 degrees for cold stuff, under 135 for hots. Sewage backups, no hot water. Pests get you every time. Throughout the state, there's over 48,000 inspections a year. Routine complaints and re-inspections. Satisfactory, unsatisfactory, incomplete. But no grades are posted. We're just pass fail in Florida. So these aren't old tales. I'm not going to go through and read every complaint over the whole state. Let's just find some more funny ones that are ridiculous here. Okay, just a couple more ridiculous ones. I'm not going to belabor the whole list of the whole freaking state. But here's an Indian restaurant in 2020. Sure, it passed. Nope. Rat traps under the counter. 60 droppings in sink. Prep shelves, microwave, dish machine. 11 live roaches, over 250 dead. Soiled containers, mold on gaskets. More live ones. Some on the chair. Yeah. Gross. All right, one more. The Pompano Beach Gold Club. 2 rats running in the kitchen floor to a wall hole during the inspection, I might add. 1 in storage, a mouse under the Coke machine. Over 100 droppings on soy flour, rice, and sugar. 1 on prep by barbecue sauce. 50 plus, I assume this means droppings, not 50 plus rats, on Clean Pot's shelf. Droppings in all hand wash sinks. No soap anywhere. Flies on clean plates and the splash shelf. Okay, freaking gross. I'm not going to belabor this. If you've made it this far, you're probably getting queasy. So this is the point. This is why we have inspections, and also kind of why I'm wanting to eat at home more often. I trust myself a little bit more. It's also a lot cheaper. But if you eat out, if you spot a roach in the kitchen, tell the waiter or report it to the inspection agency. They track it all. But you know, in Florida, the heat, humidity, all that, the pests thrive. Restaurants fight back with traps, sweeps. Sometimes they win, as we can see. A lot of times they lose. So next time you sit down, look around. If you taste or feel an extra crunch, it may not be the fries. So think about that. So, you know, eat out in Florida. If you think, you know, if you go out by yourself, if you think you're eating alone, you may not be. Bye.